Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Abled. We, the disabled, show you how to really do that thing when it comes to sports, music, culture, entertainment, news, the whole 9 yards. I got Fredy and Eli in the building. Let's clap that up.
Yeah, sure.
All the above. Select all the above. I hate those questions.
This is show 40 for us. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a lot, guys.
That means we're putting in the necessary work.
Absolutely.
By the time the end of the year comes, because we're going to take a vacation soon.
Yeah,
You know, we'll have a good another 30, 40 shows in the can.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a 100 celebration.
Hey.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been working for 2 years, but in actuality it's one.
Right.
One full calendar year.
Yeah.
I gotta do the calculations.
But still, great job, fellas. Great job. And with that being said, we now have
The NBA Finals.
We now have the NBA Finals. It took us a long time to get here, but we're here.
Let's clap it up for the Suns and the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And the Bucks.
Yep. Eli's not too happy about this, but
He's not.
I told y'all that if these two teams make it, I would not be watching it.
but we're gonna watch it.
But yeah, I'll watch it.
Starts tonight. I'll be sitting here, and hopefully you'll come join me.
Yeah.
With your, like this. And then you're like, this is a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's get right to it. How these teams got here. Let's just do a brief overview so we can give them the proper, respect that they deserve. Milwaukee takes on Miami.
Swept them.
They needed to do that because they needed to avenge
What happened? Yeah, 2 years last year.
Along the way, PJ Tucker gets one of the Thanos rings. He beats
Trevor
Ariza. These are all guys on his team in Houston.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then they go against
James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. That was a tough,
Yeah.
gritty 7-game, exciting up and down. They lost one game by nearly 50.
Right.
And it almost looked like it was going to be completely over.
Right.
Right? They persevere. They get it done.
And 7.
And 7, PJ Tucker gets the second Thanos ring by beating James Harden.
Yeah.
Right? Then they face this gutty Atlanta team that nobody expected to be there.
Absolutely.
Listen, this team played high and above themselves.
Yeah.
They were the heat of this year.
Yeah, but there was some injuries, untimely on
both teams.
With both teams. Long story short, Milwaukee gets it done in 6, and PJ Tucker gets the third Thanos ring by beating
Clint Capella.
All right? Now, the elephant in the room, he has one more Thanos ring to get. Which is Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Right? Now, we don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to clap that up for their journey to the finals.
And he was traded.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker was traded to the Bucks.
Right.
Mid-season. So.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. They got lucky. They faced the Lakers in the first round.
Correct. Disclaimer, they got lucky all the way through.
Okay, but we're going to talk about it. Lakers are up 2-1 in that series. LeBron is goofing on them.
Backing down.
Yeah, backing down, having fun. Look like this is a formality.
Yeah.
But injuries kick in.
Game 4.
Anthony Davis.
Is out.
LeBron was never really himself. So they beat the Los Angeles
And I don't think
Lakers.
LeBron wanted to carry the whole team.
No, he didn't want to have to do
He
that.
didn't want to have to do that.
At this age.
But because he thought he was going to face Brooklyn. Right? We all thought he was going to face
In the
Brooklyn.
finals.
But in actuality, LeBron could beat the Bucks by himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree with that.
And he would have had his 5th ring, but you don't have to wait for next year.
Yeah.
And then they go in and they face a Denver team without Jamal Murray, who could put up 50 a game.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jokic
And the matchup between him and Booker would have been crazy.
would have been crazy. Jokic was the MVP. They sweep
Yes,
team.
and we know Chris Paul had a legitimate shot to get MVP.
Right.
So,
We do know. So that was
Chris Paul was his revenge.
His revenge against the Joker because Chris Paul probably should have been this league's MVP. You take a team that wasn't in the playoffs the year before and take them all the way to the 2 seed.
Right.
And then they face a Clippers team without Kawhi Leonard. Right? A Clipper team that had Kawhi Leonard be there. Let's face
Different story.
They will be in the finals, getting their first ring against Milwaukee.
I was surprised when they sweep the Nuggets because I thought at least he would have won too.
At least. I thought so too. So then
Paul George showed up in that series.
Paul George, I think, restored some respect to his name.
Yeah, he definitely did. Especially playing the most minutes, scoring almost 50.
Yes, and but they needed days off. They didn't have no days off. They played with the Clippers.
It was the wear and tear, and at the end of the day,
they were tired.
And traveling too. Like they haven't traveled in like almost a year. Nobody's traveled in almost a year.
So Phoenix rises.
On the bubble right there, so they didn't have to travel at all.
Right. Yeah. So
Phoenix rises.
Chris Paul goes to his first finals.
Not only that, there's a State Farm commercial that came out last year that had Chris Paul in it and the buck. Remember the deer?
Oh, right, the deer, yes. Yes. Messing up his car. Yes. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's pay attention.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
So Thanos theory on one side, and we got Fear the Deer on the other side. Let's clap that up for these two teams who've gotten here.
And Paul's scoring 41 in the Clippers' home.
35 minutes and no turnovers.
Yeah, no turnovers.
Oh, amazing. He played like a true champion.
Because the Clippers was coming back, they cut it down to 7, and Chris Paul was like, I'm not losing.
Yeah. And he's the first one to beat both LA teams in a long time. Yeah. That's very hard to do.
And I think both in their building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both in their building.
And at first we was thinking, me and you was thinking that all the injuries are insane.
Yes.
But then Little Birdie did mention that this is karma for all those other teams that Chris Paul was facing when he got
injured. So now he reaps the benefits of what was hindering him
from getting at least 2.
At least.
Yeah.
Because
maybe 3 appearances and maybe he would have 2 rings by now.
Yeah, so now this could all be karma.
And he spoke about this earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah, about the schedule.
The schedule, and he said they all agreed on it, and everybody knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so he didn't want to hear no complaining because their team didn't make
Especially because it used to happen to him all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess that was a shot at LeBron.
Probably.
Because LeBron is the one who, So now let's get to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Tonight's Game 1. These two teams are...
Giannis is doubtful for Game 1?
They upgraded him to questionable now.
Oh.
He was doubtful. Now it's questionable. That's going to be a game-time decision. I already told you, if he don't play and the Bucks somehow sneak out Game 1, we may not see Giannis until Game 3, which will be Sunday. Yeah. Because that means they got one of 2, which is what you try to do.
Anyway, yeah.
When you're on the road, you try to get one of the first 2 games.
Right.
If he does play and the team look better playing without him, this could be a problem. I'm not saying that the Bucks are better without him, but the way the ball moves,
faster.
Everybody's
not everybody's at the perimeter, just
standing around.
And Game 6, they were flowing the ball a lot.
And there's no confusion. You're giving the ball to Chris Middleton.
And Bobby Porter showed up against Atlanta.
And it allows Drew Holiday in his normal position as point guard.
Right.
He has the ball controlling everything. So we want to see how that works out. I think, first of all, who you got in this one?
I got the Suns.
How many games?
In 6.
Okay.
I've seen enough from Chris Paul to know that he's their closer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
I
still trust
Devin,
Booker.
Sometimes
Booker. But Devin is like, his first year. I don't expect this from Devin yet.
Mm-hmm.
But Game 6 with the Clippers, I've seen enough to know that if the game is on the line and you need somebody to come through, it's going to be Chris Paul.
Okay.
Okay, and their defense, Aiden is their anchor in their defense.
Right.
Mhm.
He's quick enough to guard any guard. There's not a lot of 3-point threats like the Clippers had.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one I would think of the top of my head would be either Pat Connaughton.
Right.
Well, they're the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. People forget that. Milwaukee Bucks. Forget.
Yeah, but
They
I'm
haven't
saying
been
in
playing
terms
like
of
that.
volume shooters that shoot a lot of threes.
Right.
They don't have a lot of shooters around Giannis
Mm-hmm.
that can just go. Like the Clippers had, everybody in the Clippers could just let it go.
Right, right.
And so Aiden was always moving out the rim. So because Brook Lopez doesn't like going out the rim, he's gonna baby Brook Lopez. And everybody else.
Oh, that's your take.
Yeah, that's my take.
I have the Suns in 5 or 6.
Okay.
I'm debating. It depends on how.
So no respect for Milwaukee.
No, not really.
Okay.
Their IQ is still too low to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Either 5 or 6. I do agree with Freddie. Chris Paul is a closer, but that mid-range game that Booker has is unstoppable. He's
Okay.
aggressive,
You talking
and
about
also
the little pop when
Yeah.
he goes like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
also too, maybe the Clippers matchup was a bad matchup for Booker. So going into the finals, he
If Drew
averaged.
Holiday could like lock him down even better than Pat, because he can knock him down better than Pat did, and
Oh, Pat
eliminates
Bev, yeah.
Booker like completely, the Bucks are running away with this.
Yeah. So what else is there? Okay. Giannis coming back. You got to figure out how to stop him because they have no answer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
The matchup is tricky because, as me and you said, I'm putting PJ on Booker, and I'm gonna put Middleton on Jay Crowder because Jay Crowder's not gonna move from that corner.
Got you.
He's not gonna attack the rim. He's gonna stand. He's a 3-and-D guy.
You might even put Jay Crowder on Lopez.
Right.
And
If
let
anything.
Ayton
Yeah, yeah.
still guard the middle.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. On top of that, on the flip side, you can do the same thing for Devin Booker. Let Devin Booker guard PJ because PJ is just gonna stand in the corner. He's not gonna attack. The only problem I have with Middleton's matchup, guarding, who did I put him
Jay
on?
Crowder?
Jay Crowder is if they take Jay Crowder out and they put in Payne, because
No, okay.
Payne can attack the basket with his left hand with that left hand layup.
Yo, nobody is mentioning Giannis. Who's gonna guard Giannis?
No, I mean he gonna get his.
He had 47 in one game against them.
Yeah, he did.
He lost by 1. He had 33 in the next game, but injured himself in overtime.
Right.
He is the X factor in this whole piece.
I think Chris Paul though is the X factor for them.
Well, he's not the X factor. He's the factor.
So who's
And
the
I
X
say
factor on
Middleton.
Phoenix?
Middleton.
No, on Phoenix.
Oh, the X factor's got to be Booker.
Okay.
Booker has to play well
Right.
for them to win.
Now, do you agree that this matchup for the Booker in the Western Conference was a bad matchup for him?
No, because Middleton locked him down in the 2 games they played. He didn't have a lot of points. So, here's the thing. My heart says the Suns because I really would like Chris Paul.
Chris Paul to get one.
But the matchup, my head tells me that the Bucks are going to win this in 6. So that's going to be my pick.
So, side note, somebody predicted
Yeah, I
in
was about to say
2016 on Twitter that would be a 2021 finals matchup between the Suns and the Bucks. And he predicted that the Bucks would win in 7, 123 to 115. So keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out. Excuse me for that.
Wow.
So
For all the matchups I just mentioned,
I know I'm hedging my
There's
bet.
a lot of unorthodox matchups
yeah.
that could happen on paper.
And I need Booker to go off.
But because the Bucks IQ has been so low to me throughout the whole playoffs.
But you know what? They're here now. I think the pressure is like they're finally going. We can see 4 wins,
Right.
and it's all going to
good
depend
point.
on.
That's a good
It's
point.
all going to depend on Giannis's health.
Yeah.
They have no answer. They can't put Jay Crowder on him. He's too small.
Small.
You can't put
Ayton
Ayton on him.
on
He's
him.
going to foul him out.
Yeah.
Right.
So who are they going to put on him?
And unless he just starts playing out of his
Unless he just starts staying back and shooting threes and letting you off the hook. If he penetrates
Right.
I don't know who are they going to have to stop him. He could literally average 35, 15, and 8 in
What
the
did
series.
what did Shaq average in that 2005?
Oh, he averaged 40, 35, 15, and 4 with 3 blocks. It just was like ridiculous.
Do you expect that from Giannis?
No,
in
Giannis
the
is not
series?
as skilled as Shaq was in terms of his body size, and Shaq never deviated outside of
The paint.
that little square.
Right.
So everything Shaq did was like a high percentage
Right, shot.
If Giannis had those kind of moves around the basket, Giannis thinks he's a little dude in a big body.
Right.
He thinks he's Kevin Durant. He's not.
Right.
So he can't stand out on the perimeter
Shoot, yeah.
and shoot. He'll make one a game,
Even in the mid range.
even in the mid-range.
He got to play like he played in Game 7 in Brooklyn, where he just stood in
Right.
the paint,
Yeah.
he didn't move,
Right.
and he was making everything in the paint.
So my heart says I'm hedging my bet. My heart says Chris Paul. I want to see him get a ring. My mind and my mind tells me Milwaukee's gonna win this series in 6.
Okay.
Side note,
Yes.
Torrey Craig is gonna have a
ring regardless. Yeah,
Yeah.
regardless.
Regardless. And on the Suns, Jay Crowder is the only one that has final experience.
Yes. This is his second year. He was in the finals last year
Yeah.
Right.
with the Miami Heat. Kawhi Leonard, is he leaving the Clippers? Is that the rumor that we're hearing?
Yeah. So there's a rumor that because him and Paul can opt out after
Yeah.
this
Paul-
offseason coming
Paul's
out.
staying. I think Paul felt the love
Yeah. Yeah.
of the people.
I think Kawhi might consider going back east.
I think he might go to Dallas. That would
Oh,
really
that'd be
be an
fire.
awesome. Him and Luka would just be
And Jason Kidd as a coach.
with Jason Kidd as your
Yeah,
coach.
that could
Be
work.
that could be something.
I don't know. I just can't see it. Him in Dallas.
Yeah.
Him in Miami might work too.
Or even him in Miami. He's a Miami type of player. He's a Pat Riley type of player. But
And-
except for all the injuries. See, Pat don't like that. If you ready to play, get out there and play.
Right.
We can't be
Pat don't
babying
like-
you and
Pat don't like the
I gotta
days
take
off."
this day off.
Right.
And Pat don't want none of
Yeah,
Because
Jimmy don't like that either.
that. Yeah.
here's the thing: in the East, he was look. You got your second ring, and I thought he should at least stay in Toronto one more
But
year.
the East is changing.
The East is not
Brooklyn
getting as
is going
easy.
to be a monster next year with a full training
Yeah,
camp.
true.
Atlanta's confidence, if they can sign John Collins back,
Right.
And get another few pieces.
right? Boston's got a new coach, a new attitude. They're going to make some moves.
Right.
And then you have
The
Milwaukee.
Knicks might make some moves.
the
Philly.
Knicks. Well,
Philly, well, yeah.
right. So the East is not as easy
It's not
as
as
it used
easy
to
as
be.
people think.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Right? Wherever you go is tough. So
Can I still give? Well, I mean, granted, credit to Giannis for making it, but I still give the king of the East to Kevin Durant.
yes. And I'm hearing the Lakers might be trading for DeMarcus Rosen. That's
DeMar
the Lakers.
DeRozan?
DeMar Rosen. I
That room has been a
for
been
a couple
hot
of
subject.
while. I like the move. If I can't get Dame Lillard,
Yeah, I was.
I mean, because the mid-range game, he's the third most deadliest mid-range gamer behind Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
His mid-range, and believe it or not, the mid-range game is making a
It's
comeback.
making a comeback.
Yeah. Chris Paul and Booker
Especially
doing
after
it.
this year.
Right,
Yeah.
when you see guys, they driving you off the
It
three-point
breaks
line.
the defense.
Right.
Because now they either expect you to take a three or go to the rim and don't take
And
it.
when you stop in the middle and just pull up.
That's why Devin has been cooking everybody.
And Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris.
Right, and you see even Trey Young with the little
Floater,
teardrop.
The
yeah.
little floater.
So
brother.
Yeah.
I could see them making that move. And they
I
talking-
just need a big
No,
splash.
but they're
shot.
talking about for Kuzma. Throw that in there. A draft pick and Montrezl Harrell. Y'all can have all that. You Montrez, Kuzma. Move, yeah. Bye. It's been real.
Yeah.
Right?
I just want a big splash, and I don't think DeRozan is a big.
No, that's not
No,
the
no,
big
you don't
one.
need a big splash,
but that's a double.
gonna-
That's a little hit.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
little
that's
double.
that's
A double to
ground
the
roll,
gap.
That's a ground roll double.
Yeah,
Okay.
double to the gap. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not a home
Does that
run.
does that give you enough confidence for to help LeBron get his fifth?
No, because
Yeah.
we're gonna package. I speak to the executives. I be on the phone with the Lakers executives. We're gonna package Schroeder, Drummond.
Wait, I can't say. Wait. Time out. They free agents, dog.
No, but we can sign and trade them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
can do that.
We can sign them and trade
I
them.
forgot.
I forgot you could do that.
So we're going to package Schroeder, Drummond, Horton, right? And Caruso. I like Caruso, but you guys step to that side. Bye.
Oh, you're gonna.
We'll bring in Dame for that. And then we're good to go.
Yeah. No, look, DeMar secures them in case of a Davis injury.
Right.
Right,
He can
right,
get
right,
buckets.
LeBron.
yeah.
He can
Because
give
he
me
can get
buckets.
buckets.
Yeah.
And LeBron don't like playing with young people.
What about Westbrook?
That'll be fine. That's more doable than
yeah.
Dame.
That package to Washington.
But I
Right,
think
right. Give
Could
me
work.
Westbrook,
Correct.
DeMar DeRozan,
That could work.
it's all right.
AD, and LeBron, and we can win the chip.
Yeah,
we
that
win
can.
the chip.
That can work.
Nate McMillian, he gets the extension 4
Yeah,
years.
Yeah,
he
he
does.
deserved that. He deserved that.
Yeah,
He deserved that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a playoff coach.
Yes.
He's a playoff coach.
And he
He's
coached.
hard-nosed.
He outcoached a lot of coach in.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I
And what
was
he
very
did was he got a hold of Trae Young, and he's crafting him into a real point guard, not somebody who just be shooting. And you got to
Because
get
that's
your
what he was
team.
doing last year. We just kept
Yeah, he just
randomly
was
shooting.
And then that's not going to get it done. So he pulled him to the side and said, "You got to be a floor general."
Right.
And
And
it
that's
has
what he's
shown.
been.
That's what he's been. He's been a
He
floor
killed the
general.
Knicks with that.
Yes.
Killed Philly with that. And
Yes.
almost killed the Bucks.
Almost killed the Bucks. We have a situation with Rachel Nichols and Marie Taylor. Now there was some conversations that were recorded secretly of Rachel Nichols discussed.
Like leaked. Yeah. Like
Leaked without her because she wanted to work the NBA Finals.
Originally,
Originally, she was told
she was
would.
told that she would host the NBA Finals, and then they came to her and was like, "We would like you to sideline with Doris Burke
and have Marie Taylor host, and it became an issue. And she said some things about this is about diversity,
Right.
which means that ESPN is doing that to be in favor of black people. That's
Right.
what they're trying to say.
And-
Word.
yeah.
And it caused a firestorm within a lot of the workers.
Yeah.
And announcers because that's not right.
Yeah, and she was wrong for what she said.
But she apologized.
She apologized.
You know, she ain't had no choice but to apologize. You got caught.
Right. And that's an interesting thing too.
Yeah, of course.
Like
I'm only
if
if I didn't get caught, why would I apologize?
right.
That's a good point.
You know.
But that's what I'm thinking too. But anyway, I'm glad she did apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I don't think Rachel has any hate in her body.
Yeah, no.
She doesn't give me
She
any.
gives me that vibe.
Yeah, she doesn't give me that back. And she did put a lot of athletes on
Yeah.
with the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ESPN in
And
general.
also, I like her takes are very informative. It's like side note things that we would never even
Right.
know.
She does her research.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
do.
But on the flip side, congratulations to Marie Taylor
Yes, congratulations to her. Getting promoted.
getting promoted.
She knows the game.
She knows the game as well, just as well as Rachel does.
Yep.
And hopefully, this situation doesn't happen again. And it's hard in general to have females get the recognition, women to get the recognition that they already deserve.
And now you're
making
it a black and white thing.
Yeah.
First it was a females thing, which is tough, and then
Because remember,
you
just
subdivide
last
it
year
again.
they
Yeah.
had just promoted Doris Burke to I think the lead broadcasting
Yes.
Yeah.
in the finals,
Which was a big.
which was big.
because she only used to do regular season games,
Right.
and she used to do college.
Right.
So now
So-
she's getting the big rap,
You
And
gotta
Doris
just-
been around for a minute too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
oh,
yeah.
in general, y'all just have to support each other and don't be going at each other.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And
And also,
go ahead.
the Lakers. Speaking of the Lakers, they signed David Fisdale as their assistant.
Yeah,
because
let's clap that up.
Ja-
He took
Jason
less money
Kidd-
too.
Yeah, because Jason Kidd.
Because Jason Kidd took the head coaching
Belichick.
job. LeBron loves Fizdale. I think Fizdale is a great replacement if something happens. So yeah, and LeBron James was mad at the announcer at his son's game because he made like a comment that he's getting the calls because of who his dad is.
Right.
LeBron didn't like that. I didn't like it
I didn't like it either.
because this kid is already under a lot of pressure.
Right.
With LeBron being his dad. I think
LeBron
personally
being in the
LeBron
game.
should stop coming to his
Yeah,
games.
LeBron, you gotta go. He
Yeah.
takes Drake. Drake popping up. Yeah.
And because you out there coaching him, you overcoaching his coach.
Yeah.
You know you
And AAU parents are crazy.
yeah. First of all, they're already crazy.
They're already crazy.
They'll get it thumping in the stands.
And I know as much as he knows as well that you're not trying to drag any extra attention, but by you going over to the announce
you
table,
created
you're
extra
creating
attention.
more extra attention.
He should have waited until the game was over
And
then
privately.
approached them and said, "Listen, I didn't appreciate that.
Right.
By you going over there during the game, and it created
You're stopping the
And
game.
he
Yeah.
does that all the time. Like LeBron does this all the time.
Yeah, so LeBron has a problem.
He's just bored. You know what I mean?
And but
we understand. You gotta
but you
support
got to
someone.
give him chance to breathe
Facts.
and grow on his own.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be there with celebrities all the time because it creates. The other players like
Yeah.
it because they getting seen now
Right.
by people. Even the opposing team. It might be scouts there looking
Right.
at Bronny, but now they see somebody else they
Somebody
like.
else, oh,
Yeah,
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 exactly.
You know how often that happens? People say, we went to go look at one player,
Right.
and he was like, wait a minute, who's this?
Right.
So it happens,
A lot.
and so LeBron needs to get that together.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
This Japanese pitcher, I forget his name, he makes history.
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani?
Ohtani.
Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani.
There you
That's
go.
how you got to say Ohtani. Huh?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
He's the first player to make the All-Star game as a pitcher
And the
and a
position.
hitter.
And a hitter.
Jeez. That
And is in the home run derby.
and he's in the home run derby.
Yeah. He might win it too.
Whoa!
This year, All-Star game is going to be lit. It's going to be
This is
so
gonna
lit.
be lit.
The home run derby is Pete Alonso is defending his
Oh.
title.
Mm-hmm.
Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, that's gonna
Ohtani.
Oh,
and
that's
It's
gonna
either
be
gonna
lit.
be Ohtani to me or Junior.
Jr., yeah.
That's gonna be
Tatis.
lit.
Gonna be lit. Gonna be lit.
The only other pitcher in history, pitcher type player,
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is the only player who may have been able to do it. You know,
Right.
Back in the day.
back in the days. But this guy is amazing. He's doing his country proud.
Yeah.
I wanted the Yankees to get him so bad.
Yeah, man. Me too.
See,
It's just the reason why I picked the Angels is because it's closer to Japan.
I get it, but
That's
if Steinbrenner,
Oh.
George was here,
Yeah.
what do you want? How much? 80 million. That's it. Write the check. Steinbrenner did not play. He brought the best players in
Yeah.
at any cost. His son in the middle, shrewd, businessman. You know, I don't like it.
They're handpicking though, and the prospects have been.
And the Yankees stink. Yo, Chapman.
Yo, Chapman again.
Again, bro.
What happened?
This month he's giving up
Again.
16 runs.
What has happened to
I
him,
don't
bro?
know. He needs to go.
Man,
Chapman?
yes.
To go.
Step to the
Step to the
side
side
and beat
and
it.
go.
Yes.
I'm done.
And Cole been slipping too.
Yeah,
Cole has
Cole
been
has been
wildin'.
slipping, man.
Cole has been wilding. It's, you know what it is? It's after the rule. They took away the sticky stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
has
no more.
been
Yeah, no more hit.
exposed.
No
No more
more.
spit.
He's been
Spitballs.
exposed. Okay.
Dude touch his hat, get a little bit of oil. Touch his foot, get a little
That's
bit of
exactly what it is,
Right.
man.
This is a meatball.
Right. Right.
And we knew about this. We knew about this because Trevor Bauer exposed them all. He exposed every pitcher. He's like, I can do it too. I just don't want to cheat.
Yes.
So he exposed everybody. Now that it's a thing, pitchers are going
Yeah.
down, including
Yeah.
Garrett Cole. The only one that's still remaining as the undefeated pitcher to me is Jacob deGrom. And I've said this since 2014. I think he's the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
How would I, let me see, if I was a pitcher, how would I cheat? Touch my hat. They be watching that, can't do that. Spit something out, man. That might work. If I kept a little something back there.
What if you just like had it on your butt?
No, because they're going to check all that stuff.
Check.
So I'm going to be like, see, whenever he pitch, he got a cold. It is. I don't know.
Yeah.
They
Nah.
got to get more creative. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Guys, this is it. You're going to love this. You're definitely going to love this.
Okay.
You give the sticky stuff to the catcher. Every time you catch it, boom.
Yeah, that's actually a good player.
Yeah, that's actually And then do it back.
Then when they come out to the mound,
Oh God, that dude.
That's it.
So
That's
good.
it.
I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
I'm a genius.
That's
Then
genius.
while they checking out him, you know,
Yeah. Oh my God.
and then
Yes.
in the signs, he be like, listen, when I throw it to you, do you want spit? Do you want grease? Do you want oil? You want dirt? He'd be like this. Then they start, when he's doing this, you think they talking about, no, I want,
I was
give me dirt.
Oh my God.
That's lit.
Oh my
That's
God.
how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's lit.
Pitchers, thank me later for that.
Yeah. What are the teams that's been on fire?
The Giants are still on fire.
They got their first
Angels
50
are on
wins.
fire. Yeah, the Angels are on fire.
The Angels?
The Boston Red Sox are on fire.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but they are.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Rays are still on fire. The Padres are still on fire.
Okay, so right
And
now.
when is the All-Star break?
July 13th is the All-Star game, so that weekend.
Okay.
Okay, that's coming up.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
Okay, so.
It's in Denver.
Oh, Mile High City?
Oh.
Oh, the ball's going to be flying out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
In the home run derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That home run derby is gonna be legendary. Legendary. Yeah.
Who are your champions? Like your champions pick so far?
Right now, I'm gonna have to say, if Boston make a move or two, because they had the best manager in baseball, Alex Cora.
Oh, yeah, he's very good.
He's the best manager.
Yeah,
in
he's
baseball.
very good.
If they make a big splash, and JD Martinez is playing like the old JD Martinez.
Okay, that's good.
If they make a big pitching
So really,
splash,
all they really needed to do is not give up Mookie Betts.
yeah, but they did it because they didn't want to pay him.
Right.
And then they were about to start a rebuild, but this always happens with
Sometimes you start a rebuild and you're ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Right,
It's a retool. That's what they call it.
Right.
The Boston never rebuilds. They always retool.
Got you,
They take their
got
best
you.
player, trade them
Right.
for prospects,
Right.
make those prospects better, and sign a bunch of pitchers from Japan, which they have, and that's it. That's all they need.
Yeah, that's
So Boston's on the up and coming. I don't really believe the Giants to be real.
So what about the Padres?
The Padres are they're my number one team right now.
Okay. So Padres in Boston.
Padres in Boston is right now the leaders for me.
Huh.
But yeah, the Yankees, we suck.
Ooh.
Mets are pretty solid.
The
Mets
Mets,
Mets
yeah,
is
the
standing
Mets
ground.
are
Yeah.
still first.
Yeah, they're
But I
holding ground.
think
They're a
I think
pitcher
they need,
away
yeah, they need the pitcher away.
to go with the Grom.
Yeah, to go with the Grom.
And I know they missed. They lost
Stroman.
Noah, right?
Yeah, they lost Noah to
Yeah.
Tommy John.
Yeah.
They got Stroman. Stroman's been playing good.
Right.
It's their bullpen to me. It's a little
A
shaky.
little shaky.
But other than that, they're fine. But
Right.
the Yankees, we either need to trade somebody, call up
Oh,
our
yeah.
prospects. We have like top 10 prospects. We don't call them up.
Yeah, we got to call somebody
We
up.
gotta
Yeah.
call
Or
people
trade
up,
somebody for a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're like, we can still make it. Okay, we're like 9 games behind, which is like right now, it's like average.
Mm-hmm.
But if we keep losing at the rate we're losing,
We're going to be
Yeah.
eliminated.
we gonna get, like, the wild card is the best hope we have.
Which
At
is
the
when
rate
the
we
last
have.
time we won the World Series, we was in the wild card.
Yeah, but that, all
You
the
don't want
chips.
to be relying on
You
that.
don't want to
Yeah,
lie, because
sure.
all the chips gotta
A line, yeah.
align, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And Cole's not happy, so
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Freddie, give me an update on what's going on with soccer.
all right, soccer is the Final Four is happening.
What we got?
So right now we got Brazil beat Peru last night 1-0. They're going to the finals. And tonight at 9, Colombia plays Argentina
Ooh.
to go to the finals. And
Messi.
Messi versus Colombia.
I love you.
Ooh.
Love ya.
Yeah, I love Colombia too.
I love
that's,
ya.
that's my squad.
Y'all gonna take
But
that.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to the
but
homeland.
yeah, but
But we
we're
gonna
messing.
lose.
We're
But we
messing.
gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's not just Messi. It's
Who else is-
everybody around. Di Maria.
Yeah.
They got a young striker that's really good. Their defense is all right. Like their defense
You
is
gonna be all right?
weakness.
You gonna be all right?
I'm gonna shed a few tears. You know what I mean? But I expect to lose.
Okay.
So I don't go in there blinded.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
I
Okay.
go in there blinded. Like
I
even
don't wanna have to
when
talk
we
with
beat
you.
when we beat Uruguay on Saturday, and it was the penalty kicks, I was like, okay, we're gonna lose. Because last time we was in penalty kicks, we lost.
Yeah, that was the
So when we won,
and y'all
I
made
was
it to the
hyped.
Final Four last year.
Yeah, we made it
But
to the
you
final.
made it this far. This is good.
Yeah, no, this is our
Wrap that up.
this is our championship. Because I didn't even expect us to make it this far.
Yeah, so you got to clap that up.
And then on the European side of things, Italy beat Spain on penalty kicks. And then England plays Denmark tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So it's Italy versus whoever beats England and Denmark. My vote is on England because they're the better team, but soccer, you never know.
Right.
Right. You never really know.
So, yeah.
All right, that's what's going on
You're
there.
listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
All right, I just got word that Sha'Carri Richardson, not only is she suspended because of the marijuana, we'll talk about that. There was hopes that she could run in the 4x4 relay. They're not even inviting her now.
That's a 400 meter, right?
Yeah, they're not inviting her now. So she's out of that. We hope that they change this rule eventually.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I still okay. First and foremost, this marijuana rule is dumb. I'm gonna let you know.
You're right.
It's absolutely dumb. They just made it legal now for NBA players to smoke marijuana in the off season.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna work on that in the NFL. And it's legal in like 20 states now.
And we know it's not giving her an advantage.
An advantage?
In the race.
No, it's not.
It's
not
like
a steroid.
or something, yeah.
It's not
So-
a steroid at all.
Right.
If anything, it's probably hindering her a little bit.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But if I'm thinking about this logically, should have known about the rules.
True story.
Should have known about the rules.
And ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I understand what she's going through because she did admit, look, I lost my biological mother. I'm coping with it coping with it as I'm using marijuana. So I understand that.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was
so-
asking myself, why would you use it if you're in competition? Because typically you use it when you're not.
When you're not in
You're
competition.
not
Right.
competing.
Yeah.
But why are you using it when you are competing? You should be focusing on the competition.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you want your body to be
The best it could
the
possibly
best
be.
it could possibly be.
Because running, it takes a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah, stamina.
And the last thing you want to do is hinder anything
and
in
cardio.
your lungs.
And
Right.
then it requires a lot of blood, oxygen flow, and with marijuana, that decreases that.
Yeah,
so it
absolutely.
Makes it slower. It decreases your oxygen and blood flow
Yeah.
because it relaxes your body. So
Right.
it hinders you more than it does help you.
And
Right.
And mind you, last year she lost in the competition to get into the Olympics. 2019 or 2 years ago, she lost in that competition to get to the Olympics. So now that you're finally here, and now you're hindering yourself again
Yeah.
off of a minor mistake, but still,
A mistake nonetheless.
if it's a part of the rules, you got to know the rules. Now, in my reading about this, I didn't know that you can
She
be
was
penalized. Now, I didn't know you can be penalized for marijuana when it comes to the Olympics. I know with the major other sports.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
didn't know if you was in the Olympics, you couldn't smoke marijuana.
Because I
use
think it's
marijuana.
because it's still considered within the steroid list. of
List.
Or
drugs.
stimulant.
Or
Right.
Yeah.
stimulant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like
It's
I
unfortunate.
didn't know it was. That's why she was using it.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, do we make an exception because that's why?
No, because everyone
But
will start
still,
making it.
everyone
I
will
lost my
start-
cat. I saw a bird. He died. You know, people will start taking
right,
advantage.
right,
Right,
yeah,
saying
yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
so
so-
like even if we wanna feel empathy, which we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Because she,
sympathize with
21, one of the best
But-
races I've in this year.
Yeah.
Dad, your thoughts? I mean,
It's similar. You know, you need to know the rules. You need to be responsible. But a lot of times the human aspect and emotional things take over.
Right.
And it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be.
right.
Hopefully she'll be returning 2 years for the championship.
Yeah.
As she said she
Yeah,
would.
she would.
And she took full responsibility. I respect that.
Yeah.
She didn't make any excuses. She said, I know better. I got to do better. And that I love.
Yeah.
The director from Lethal Weapon And Superman, Richard Donner, has passed away.
Yeah, you put me on to Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah. Great series
Great
in the 90s that we really love. A cop and you know, two cops.
Right.
Good cop, bad cop type of situation. Became very classic. And, of course, Superman. So our condolences go out to him and his family.
Yeah.
Is Mother Time catching up to Serena Williams?
I was being funny with that.
That's a great question because she's looking bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pregnant.
But
Didn't she play pregnant?
she did. No, not this time.
No, the last time.
I don't know what's going on with her.
It's
I just know sometimes family life will take away your edge.
right.
She's got a daughter now. She's got a husband. And before you had all that, all you had was tennis.
Tennis, right.
So that's all you saw. And now you lose your edge
And even
sometimes.
growing up, like her dad instilled tennis
Yes.
so much into her, where like that's all she ate, breathed, and slept.
Yes,
Tennis.
tennis. And so I hope there's another championship in her somehow, some way.
Dude, there's no
But
question.
doesn't she have like all the records now, or is she missing?
I
one?
think she needs one more
Major?
major. I think. I'm not
Because she
sure.
has all the records she
Alright,
could possibly
if I'm
want.
her, this is what if I'm Serena, this is what I do. I'm quitting everything else, and I'm only doing the majors.
The minor ones don't count.
I'm not doing the other ones. I got a baby now. I got kids, wife.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do. I got these brands I gotta take care of.
True.
I'm the
Because
best tennis in the
honestly
world.
speaking, I
I'm
thought-
only doing majors. Don't call me for nothing else. I'm only doing majors. I'm breaking these records. I'm breaking the only
I
record I got
thought
left.
she should have retired after Naomi beat her.
Yeah.
Because Naomi is the next up and come. Is the next one.
But the competitiveness in
Serena.
Serena, just
the
like the
Tiger effect.
competitiveness in
Yeah,
Tiger, you know, you
Yeah.
want to.
But at least Tiger won his major.
He did.
Side note, Coco Gauff has been killing it
Yep,
on her end.
Yeah, on her end. She's a superstar too. Superstar in the making. Guys, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Disabled is Abled Podcast. That is Disabled is Abled Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. This is episode 40.
48.
Yeah, we're proud of that.
We are proud of this.
Facts.
Enjoy your summer, guys. We'll see you guys soon for the final season finale.
We'll probably take a week off.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and it'll be
after the finals, and
finals
you know.
right around that
Just
time.
to wrap it up.
And we'll put a bow on it.
Yeah.
And we'll go on Ladies and vacation.
So, love you guys. Enjoy your summer. Happy
Throw your
4th.
hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands